It's been more than 24 hours.
24 hours is like 2 weeks or something like that. 48 hours.
48
Okay, hey
hours is like
everybody.
2 weeks.
We are live. Sorry for the delay, Jay. For some reason, we could not hear Jay on her end, but I am joined here by a roving correspondent, Jane Jones Clark, who covered SharkCon for us,
Hey,
and the
guys.
creator and founder of SharkCon, Spencer Steward. So I'll start with Spencer. Spencer, um, what did you think? Was the show? How did it go? Considering you had to miss a year with COVID.
I mean, it went as well as it could with COVID. We expected the crowds to be down, just as, and I think everybody's expecting that. But look, I mean, the Richard showed up, which that was wonderful,
I
and
kept, I kept, I kept texting his wife like, "Are you coming? Are you guys coming? Are you coming?" So I'm glad he did.
but we were missing a lot of elements because a bunch of things happened the week before. Different things that were supposed to be there. Their teams got COVID, stuff like that. But the attendees seemed like they had a great time, and to me, that's the most important part. And so it went well enough that I mean, we're continuing on, and we'll go ahead next year. So look, it could have been much more disastrous, but overall, I think it went really, really well.
Well, I think Saturday was really well attended. Everybody that I talked to had good things to say, so nobody was like, "Oh, this sucks." Everybody seemed to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want. I
Yeah,
mean, look, if you're going to go to all the trouble of paying and coming down and participating, I want you to have a good time.
yeah, definitely. So, Jane, what are your thoughts as a first time SharkCon attendee?
Well, let me tell you, to be honest, and Michael knows this, that back when I was in high school many, many moons ago, I was going to go into marine biology because of Jaws. And to go there and to see everything that I had studied for in my junior high school year, because I'm a Floridian, so I went to high school in Florida and Clewiston, and just seeing everybody there from Moat Marine and just SeaWorld, it brought back so many great memories. But what I'm most proud of is not only the Jaws theme that we had, because it was great to finally meet Richard Dreyfuss. Thank you for that. But it was so wonderful to see not only multiple generations of people coming and learning about the different types of species of sharks and how they swim, how they, all everything, and then to have women being in marine biology, such as Jasmine, who's an African American marine biologist. I was floored, and I totally and thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Sure, you should come next year.
I want to come next year. I have a date next year to come. So yes,
There,
definitely.
there you go. And so, I mean, that's one of the things that I personally try to do is to obviously look. I want speakers that people have seen in Shark Week and Shark Fest and at Geo and all that, but also I want it to be diverse so that a little girl can see herself up on stage and actually see herself being a marine biologist. A
Yes,
little boy, different cultures, different things like that.
correct.
So, I mean, look, it would be easy to fill the panel full of white guy marine biologists, but
Yeah.
to have that mix there and to literally inspire just about everybody that can come.
Hmm.
That's one of the goals for me is really to inspire science and the love of science and especially the love of sharks and marine biology.
It was a great time for me because I'd been wanting to go before, but now I live in Tennessee, and
Ah,
when I saw, and I'm going to tell you, basically, Richard Dreyfuss was the bait that hooked me to come this year. So that was a plus, and if he would, yeah, exactly, he hook, line, and sinker. And so for me to go to that, just it was a dream come true for me, and to sit there next to the author himself, Michael over here,
right.
just the other way, this way.
No,
Um, to sit there most of the day, it was really great to talk to such generations that adore our oceans. So kudos to you.
thank you. So and we try to go a little bit bigger and try to mix it up and really make that experience. So we've got especially conservation groups there that are doing different things
Hmm.
to save sharks, to save sea turtles. But then they have live animals, like we had Gatorland, so you can hold a gator. We had
Go
this place called
Gators!
Owl's Nest, and they actually brought a bald eagle in, so you could sit there with the bald eagle.
Hmm.
So again, certainly sharks are the forefront, and look, it's fun to have Jaws, and next year probably going to have Steve Alton again. Um, Obviously, I don't know if you know, but he has a situation, so he didn't feel safe. But hopefully, he's been out. He was there year 2, so hopefully he's coming back next year.
Yes, Steve Alton and I have a mutual friend. One of my childhood friends is friends with him and his wife. So that's kind of a connection as well. So, you kind of, all this just comes together. And just like in Amity, it's means friendship. So continue that. It's really great.
Thank you.
Now,
And
you
then it was.
had.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Spencer. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, and it was fun. The reason I like Jaws is I like to collect the stuff. So I'm able to attract a lot of vendors who specialize in Jaws stuff. So like I got my barrel tiki mug this year. I was pretty excited to get that and some of the other stuff.
Awesome.
Now
Awesome.
you kind of hinted at before the Q&A, kind of polled the audience possible Jaws 3 guests next year. Is that something you're still
Yeah.
considering?
Oh, that's the plan, is to have a Jaws 3 reunion. And then it was actually, here's just so you know, supposed to happen this year.
Because
Because
last year was supposed to be Jaws 2. Yeah.
right. So some of it's already in the works, but one of the things is I actually have the rights to show the movie and the original 3D. And so next year we'll be showing the 3D movie with the old red and blue glasses. So we'll have a Jaws 3 reunion with a panel, and then we will watch Jaws 3 in 3D.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
So
Get your tickets now, everybody. It's never too early.
Never too early for some damn shark's mother. So
That's
go
right.
ahead.
Especially
and
if
I'm
you're
pretty excited because we had Joe Alves there the other year. So in
Right.
preparation, I already had him sign my Jaws 3 poster. So
Oh, you
Awesome.
should bring
So
them
I
back.
just kind of want to shout out here to Mike that Connor is on, Victor is on, Mark Small, of course, Kelly, or my Jaws sister, Robert from Scotland is on. Yes, I know Victor already says I'm going to be in a shark cage next year at SharkCon. So can we get that arranged, Spencer,
Yes.
for me to yeah, make it really strong. So
And Robert
So
also
Mike-
wants you to bring SharkCon to Scotland.
yep,
So,
Scotland and Toronto. So
Yeah.
you need to put this on the road.
we might do an East Coast, West Coast. But I don't know. Like, I would love to go to Scotland, but I think and all this over there. Although, you know what? Scotland's actually known for basking sharks, so that
Yes,
would
they
be
are.
fun.
Hmm. Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Donna's on here, guys. The fairy Jaws mother, godmother. She's on here. Anything you want to know about Jaws? She's your woman right there.
Donna
so Mike-
lives on the vineyard, and
Mhm.
she does Jaws tours, and she's also the best part of Jaws of Revenge because she's in the beginning of the film. So
Beginning of the movie.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Michael, what was your take on SharkCon? What did you think?
I really enjoyed it. Last year, I got in like Friday night, and I had to set up Saturday, and I was just kind of scurrying and trying to do stuff, so I didn't have time to take it all in, to take in the experience. And this year, I came in a few days early. God bless the people at the hotel because my publishers sent the books a month early. They got them there by July 5th instead of August 5th, and they held on to them. But I had a great time. Everybody's great. The staff was good. If I wanted some water, it was great to sit next to Richard. I was amazed at the people and I don't have a lot of things signed by Richard, but I've never paid for them. So when I see one guy had like 14 of the little Funko Pops,
Yeah.
and the guy's like, "Oh, $100 to sign all these," and the guy's like, "No." And then of course Eric Augustine was there. He had some great stuff. He had the fish finder, and he had the life preserver, and he had the air tank. It's amazing, and I see people that have stuff that I never knew. I don't have an air tank. I didn't even buy an air tank that looks like that air tank. You had the Jane. You had the air tank water
Thermos. I had
or
a water
thermos.
bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was aluminum and it's just like a little water bottle. And when I had my picture taken, I looked at him and I said, "I got this just for you." And he just kind of giggled at me. My experience with him is beyond anything I ever would have ever thought to have had.
He is. I don't know if I told you a story. I told Jay this story. They left Sunday. They left early, and I didn't get to say goodbye.
Oh,
And I just sent them a quick text. Hey, thank you again. Great hanging out with you guys. Whatever. And so I flew home, and as I'm driving home from the airport, my phone rings, and it's Richard. Because he was on Svetlana's phone, but I saw the name, and I was like, well, okay, I'll answer that. And I said, hello. And he says, and I do a horrible Richard Dreyfuss voice, but he goes, don't you ever sleep? And I said, no, I flew home. I'm back in Kansas City. And he said, we had to leave, and I'm sorry. I wanted to invite you to dinner. Next time we'll get together. And we had a good 5-10 minute conversation. And, and I said, Richard, thank you. Thank you for being my friend. And I said, I like to think you're my friend. He goes, oh, we're friends. And I said, well, we're friends. I said, but when I talk to Candy Clark and Cindy Williams, they always call you Ricky. I want to be a Ricky friend. And he said, we'll work on it. So that made, so I hung up. I'm driving, I'm probably swerving in the road. I'm probably got tears in my eyes. I call my wife. I'm like, oh my God, guess who called me? So, Spencer, thank you for allowing me to set up there. And I sold some books. I met a lot of fans. From this page, this show. I met a lot of people from Amity Jaws Group, Jaws Fans United, people that were just, popping by and saying hi, and they knew me just from seeing me on the show. So it was great to meet them. And I guess pop that back up, Jay. There's a question for Spencer. Spencer.
Yeah. When do you do SharkCon on the West Coast? So currently it's looking like 2023. Obviously with COVID, everything got put behind. And so we have the blueprint here, but we'll be starting that from the jump, although I've got some things that will help. But yeah, it's probably going to take another couple of years. Originally, the plan was for 2022, but I think because of COVID, it's going to be 2023. And then somebody asked me about bringing Wendy Benchley. You missed her. She was already there. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a
She's
shame
signed
that
my first edition copy of Jaws.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, no, see, there you go.
Very nice.
There you
Well,
go.
put me down for the West Coast. That'd be awesome. I love to do that.
So when you say you're going on the West Coast, like exactly where on the West Coast?
Looking at San Diego.
San Diego. Okay. So San Diego's not too far from going to see one of the original Bruces hanging in the museum, is it, Mike?
Nope.
You can take a day trip.
Right down the street. No,
Right down
up the
street.
street.
So
Up the street.
Up the street.
Up the street.
So that sounds like a good road trip for anybody who wants to go to SharkCon. You can do 2 for 1. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. I would like to when you talk about Wendy Benchley, we met her at Jaws Fest in 2012, and she's probably one of the sweetest ladies I've ever met. Just a beautiful soul. She really is.
Oh yeah.
You think she'll come back and do it again?
I was just thinking, it's actually been a while since she came. I think she came to number 3. So it's been like Richard has been before. So I don't want to do them year right after year. You want it to be special. So she was wonderful. I've been thinking about reaching out to her again because she was great. Actually, getting her and then Valerie Taylor.
Yes.
I think those two would
That'd be great.
Panel.
Valerie had just did a thing on the Disney Plus. I don't know if you saw it, but it's Mike, if you haven't seen it, it's awesome.
I will watch it. Victor asked, is there any footage? Did you have any footage of Wendy Benchley, like a panel or anything that you post?
I might have some video footage. This was, like I said, this was one of the earlier ones. I'm not sure. It wasn't a panel though. She was just up there all by herself. She did a great job. But
okay.
I probably do have at least 15 or 20 minutes of her talk somewhere.
Okay.
So at some point, I'll if you follow our Facebook page, which is just facebook.com/SharkCon, I'll put a link to the YouTube channel in there too, or I'll post it from there, and then I'm going to start putting some of that stuff up.
Okay, and we'll
3 years
share
ago,
it also.
3 years ago, remember we had Richard, we had Susan, we had who's the deputy? I'm blanking.
Oh, Jeff Kramer.
Jeff Kramer and Carl Gottlieb were all there together on a panel. So I have footage of that. I still haven't put that up on YouTube, so I'll probably be putting that up as well.
Okay, excellent. Anybody else have any questions for Spencer? Is there a video available of the Q&A with Richard?
No, not this one. No, we didn't film this one. This was a special after hours event. So you got to do a Q&A with Richard, and then we watched Jaws right after. So because of the nature of the event, we didn't film it.
Okay. Anybody else? Let me check here in the comments. Everyone says thank you, Spencer.
You're welcome.
Okay. Spencer, thank you so much. Sure. I had a great time. Jane had a great time. Like I said, everybody I've talked to, and apparently there are pictures of me signing books on Instagram that people are sharing. And it's like, oh, okay, I didn't even know that person was there. So I had a great time. Thank you again. And we'll do it again next year. And stay safe down there.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Bye, Spencer.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for having us.
Okay. That was fun.
That was great. That was great. I didn't know he was going to be on tonight. That was a good surprise.
Yeah. Well, I contacted him this morning. I was like, well, gee, maybe you can have him pop on and hopefully talk about the show a little bit, but kind of give us hints for next year or so. Next year is Jaws 3.
Jaws 3. Get ready.
I know he was supposed to have Lou Gossett there this year, so I hope they can bring him back too.
Yeah, I would have liked to have met Lou Gossett Jr. too, but I have been on cloud 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then from being around you guys and meeting Richard. So
he's just fun.
It was such a blast. It was such a blast to sit next to him. And I mean, I have a great story. I don't know if you saw what he did to me. You didn't see I don't think you did. So you're sitting in your spot and I'm sitting next to you, and I was speaking to someone about him because he was on a break before he was signing his second round of autographs, I believe. It was around lunchtime. And I'm sitting next to you and you're speaking to somebody else, and I'm speaking to a woman, and we're talking about how close he was with Carrie Fisher.
Right.
And how, it was just devastating because she was a Carrie Fisher fan. And anyway, the whole genre of the 70s and 80s. And he sneaks up behind me, like literally on my right side, with that bowler hat on that he had that day, and looks at me and says, "Is this where we get the Richard Dreyfuss autographs?" I was speechless. I didn't know it. And I kind of looked and went, yeah. Before I knew who it was him. So
Jane. This is Jane right here, hon.
Jane Clark.
Yeah, right there in the middle. Say hi. Come say hi. Juanita says hi.
Yes,
she's waving.
Hi, darling.
She's in her pajamas.
Hey guys, it's me. I'm Jane at SharkCon. Everybody knows me as JJC. So this is my new friend Adam. He is 8 years old, from Tampa Bay. Is that correct, Mom? We're from Cape Coral. Oh, from Cape Coral. Awesome. Good Floridian. So what I'm going to ask you, Adam, is why do you like the movie so much?
Because I like dogs, and I like sharks, because they're like water creatures, and I like water creatures.
Okay, and who's your favorite Jaws character?
Chief Brody.
Chief Brody. You can't go wrong with Chief Brody. So, well, you know what? If you go on Facebook and look up Let's Talk Jaws Live, sometimes they get really good guests on there. And then a lot of really, really special people, such as people who've written the books, who have big fans, such as yourself and me. So, and of course, Mom is representing. So hopefully this will be on there. I will take a picture of you guys together. Okay? And then have fun today, man. Okay? Learn a lot about sharks. What is a great white shark's scientific name?
Shark.
How about Carcharodon and Calcareous?
Good one. You didn't know that one. That's a good
All
I
right.
heard that in a book.
You heard it in a book. Okay, books are good. All right, catch up later. Bye, guys.
Oh, he was a sweetie.
And Angie, yeah. Angie.
He was
Angie Calabrese
he
had a good time too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
excellent. That's fine. No, that's no problem. He was. That's another thing that I noticed, and you and I were talking about that the generations of kids that wanted to go to that because of Richard Dreyfuss with Jaws. It's turned out to be their movie, and there was this really good family that came up to you and got your book, and you signed it for them very graciously, and just look, there he is. There's the guru right there, in the Q&A with Richard Dreyfuss, and the young lady right there in the blue braids is a marine biologist.
I had seen a commercial for Dog Day Afternoon on television, and I said, I want to go see that movie. So he dropped me off at the theater, and when I got there, the girl in the box office said, sorry, rated R, you're too young. And as I stood there with my head down, wondering what I was going to do, she asked me, have you seen Jaws yet? And not that that date is memorable, but it was September 21st, 1975. So really everything. To me, it's a perfect film. The effects, the acting, the characters, even the minor characters, everybody is just so spot on. So I don't have a favorite part of Jaws. It's the whole movie.
Quick note, Richard is
To do, and I had seen a commercial for favorite part of Jaws. It's the whole movie.
quick
Oh
note.
no, I can't hear Mike.
Um,
Yeah, I got you.
And
I
had
got
seen
you
a
big time.
commercial for even the minor characters. Everybody is just so spot on. So I don't have a favorite part of Jaws. It's the whole movie.
Quick note,
Richard will
Yeah.
be bound shortly. Richard was doing what happened was Richard was doing a VIP meet and greet in the back, and it went a little long. So I ended up having to fill for about 20, 25 minutes, and I was asking audience members questions, but it was two level. There was like bleachers and then down front, and I was
Yeah.
running back and forth, and I felt like Monty Hall. And then somebody noted, and I don't know why, but I do this at work too, and I'm outside working. I hum television themes. So as I was running around, I was going dun 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 dun, and then someone said,
"We heard
someone,
you."
yeah, someone said, "Why are you humming Green Acres?" I was like, "I don't know." But then I led everybody. We all sang Green Acres. So yeah, that to me that was the best part, and I'm glad I knew the answer to every question because I was afraid they'd ask something
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I don't know what."
There was one that I really regret not filming when he was on stage, and it was a kid, probably about 10 to 12 years old, had asked him, "Have you ever ridden the Jaws ride?"
Yes.
And
That
his
was-
answer was, "I invented the Jaws ride."
Right.
And it was awesome. So the Hi Sissy, if anybody wants to know where it says Facebook user, that is my sister Paula, who lives in Orlando. She knows I'm in this group. She knows how much of a manic fan I am. So hey baby sister. My mom's probably watching too. But
Let's
this is
see.
Movie Mike.
Yes,
My
Paula
friend
joined.
Jay. She needs to pop in here and smile with her pretty little face. So hey Matt and Angie from
Matt and
Freak Show
Angie,
Designs.
hello. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Awesome.
We'll-
That shark was cool hanging upside down. I got a great picture of him.
It was.
Uh-huh.
Marcus Gallagher is here. Also.
As a digital shark, were there any
Awesome.
scenes during the film that used a practical shark?
Ooh, good question. Most of them were. I think even Jaws 3D utilized a practical shark. It was much bigger. It was 10 feet longer than Bruce's in Jaws. It was 35 foot long. And you have to ask Joe. Next time Joe's here, he can tell you all all the inside information.
Just pawn that question off to Joe Alves.
I'm coming back.
Come on, Chief.
There you go.
Smooth.
I don't know about you, but I'm tired of answering these questions.
When Alex Kinder dies, how did they make the shark pop up like that?
Good question. Good question.
Great question. Alex Kinder's attack, there are pictures out there, and if you have the book, Memories from Martha's Vineyard, it comes with a DVD that shows how they did it. Originally, it was a mannequin tied to a raft, and the shark would come up and grab it, and a big explosion of blood. It was much too violent for even a PG movie back then, so they kind of recut it. But there is a picture that's out there. You can find it online of Alex on the raft like this, and the shark just like that coming up behind him. So that's how they filmed it.
Michael's
There it
facts.
is.
That's what Jay
There
said.
it is. Michael's
Michael's
facts.
There it is. And if you ever go down to Martha's Vineyard, man, go see Jeff at the wharf.
That's right.
He's got a picture of it. My niece got to meet him, and she was just blown away. She just sat there like this. I said, "Well, ask me a question." I can't. I'm too shy.
And he is so nice. We were up there.
Mhm.
We went to the Jaws Fest in 2005. In 2006, 40 of us rented a 5-house compound, which we called Camp Amity. We called it No Fest because there was no festival. 2007, we did Rest Fest. But in 2006, we went down there, and there was we wanted to go eat dinner, and there's like 10 of us. And she says, I don't know if we can seat 10. Maybe if I ask Jeff. And I said, yeah, go ask Jeff. Jeff knows who we are. so we were seated. So yeah.
Do you see this?
Yeah.
That's pulling strings.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
So Jay's putting on here some of the pictures and the videos that I took for you guys so you guys can experience what was going on.
Hey, Jay.
Milos.
Excuse me.
Milos is here.
Jay, drop me so the pictures can be bigger and Jane can explain.
Okay. Hey guys, there you go. So basically, I was Mike's wing man, I guess. I was very privileged that he asked me to sit with him the majority of the day. I had already done a lot of the things. I'd already had my Dreyfuss moment. But I was sitting there, and there was a lot of people just interested in not only Jaws 1, but Jaws 2 as well. And yeah, I did put Mike on the spot, but you know what? Hey, he wrote a damn good book. Not only with Lou Pisano, rest his soul, but also with Edie. And so yeah, I was basically a salesman for him, which I think was cool. But when you came over to get, you would say, hey, there's items up here. If you want something, go next door and let Richard sign it. And that's what we kind of did. And to meet so many new fans, and the age group, it just blows me away. I mean, it's already bad enough that I totally influenced my nieces and nephews, and I got a couple more on the way that I'm going to influence. But it's a great multi-generation movie. This was a table with the majority of my personal stuff. There it is, the shark teeth and the picture of you guys at the cabin. I had to take a picture of that. That was awesome.
Thank you. For those of you who don't know, at the first Jaws Fest, 7 of us, we rented and stayed in the same cabin that Steven Spielberg lived in while they were making Jaws. I stayed in the loft where Verna Field's son, Ricky, lived. And the night before, there was a barbecue that Thursday night. And Jeff Kramer came, Carl came, Joe came. Edith Blake was there, of course. And there in the little corner of the living room, I guess you can call it, was this little tiny writing desk. And Carl looked at it, and he looked at it, and he said, that's the same desk my typewriter sat on. So for the rest of the weekend, we were all scheming how we were going to steal it. We didn't. We left it there. A couple years later, the cabin was torn down, and a giant monstrosity of a house like you'd expect to find at Martha's Vineyard was built. I don't know what happened to the desk. I don't know if they have a thrift store,
Yeah.
thrift shop on Martha's Vineyard, but when I'm up there in September, I'm going to look for it because
You
that
better
would
dig.
be,
You better dig and find. Yeah.
yeah, it was cool enough for me
I,
to take a shower in the same shower Steven Spielberg showered in, but
okay.
it was
Okay. You
not
know, I
with
guess
him.
so. When you stand in the presence, that you feel the energy. It's like it's like for me when I go to Boston, I will go to Fenway Park. You feel the energy. When you go to Amity Island or when you go to Martha's Vineyard, you go through Edgartown. You feel the energy. Exactly. See this picture she's got up here? That is it's Amity. I love it. Sadly, I won't be able to make it this time, you guys. I'm still, um, my life has changed dramatically, as you well know. But I'm quite sure you guys are going to send me lots of pictures. Donna's trying to get me to move up there for some reason. She wants me to be a nurse on the island.
That'd be so awesome.
So,
You could work at the hospital. You could
I
work.
know.
You could work at the Jaws Hospital.
I know. That's what she said. She goes, "You can work there," and I'm like, "I don't know." So, my brother sent this to me today. Really, Jay? Well, he didn't send one to me.
Is that a flyer or a poster?
I think it's a poster. That was the very first Jaws Fest because it says 2005
Five.
June. Yeah,
Because behind me over my shoulder there, that's a Jaws Fest. Yeah,
there it is.
that's awesome.
There
That's
it is.
those are
He
rare.
saw
The
it in
Jaws
the
Fest
window.
posters.
Oh, I was
Nice.
so mad that I found out that happened and I didn't go. I was hot as. But if I didn't, I went in 2012. I met you and Juanita. I met so many great friends, and
That's
now
right.
we're not friends. We're family. It's friends and family together. So
That's right. Well, we'll definitely take pictures. I hate this camera when we're up there, and I'm sure we'll do some live stuff while I'm up there. But
oh my God, Kelly says, "Oh my God, move there. Then I can stay with you when I visit."
There you go.
Honey, come to Tennessee. You can visit with me, and we'll just catch a plane and go. So
There you go.
how's that?
Take the ferry over. Don't take Cape Scare. That little
No.
rickety
I'm either gonna
airline that the Wright brothers they still use their plane. So
no. I would rather paddle than go on Cape Scare. Yeah, my mom went on the ferry and she loved it. She didn't even know we were moving.
And the ferry's great because it's like
So
you're on the ferry, you're on the Jaws ferry. It's the same ferry.
You're on the Jaws ferry. When you see what you see in the movies,
Yeah,
what you see in real life. Donna says
the cabin was what?
What? Put that back up, Jay.
Cabin was torn
Yeah,
down
honey.
September
The
7th.
cabin was torn up September 7th.
Oh, 15 years.
Yeah, but I got a piece of it. Did get a piece of the cabin. And I don't know. Do you, Jay? Do you have the picture of the shark tooth that Dreyfuss signed for me? Because there's an interesting movie fact that he told me when he signed it. I don't even know if you know this.
Ooh,
But
wow.
yeah.
Wow.
He had I told him I was going to be a marine biologist. And then he said, and you know how he is when he stands there and he does this and his glasses are like this. Exactly. So you mean to tell me that if they feed me sushi tonight, I looked straight at him before he finished his sentence and did this. Don't you dare eat it. And I got the biggest belly laugh out of Richard Dreyfuss, and my dreams have been met. It was awesome.
He is so charming. I don't know if even not even charming, just his passion. Because when I was talking to him on the way home from the airport, I said something to Svetlana about, well, you've got Richard. Richard's been a huge influence on my life. And I heard him say, and he said, how have I been an influence on your life? Because I'm sure he's heard that a million times. And then people say, oh, because you were in a really cool movie. And I said, Richard, you don't understand. I said, when I saw your movie, I was 15 years old. My parents just got divorced. And I was in a new state. I didn't know anybody. I said, and now because of this movie, I said, I've worked on 2 books. I've got friends all over the world. And that's when I said, and I can call you my friend. And that's when we got into the friend thing. So,
Okay.
you know, as I told him, I said, a few years ago, I was out in LA with you at the Hollywood show. And
Mhm.
Hollywood show, if anybody ever goes Saturday. Sunday, nobody goes. I don't know why. It was a ghost town. But I had 2 hours to stand next to him and listen to him talk about his craft and what he does. And he's so passionate about what he does. And it's just,
Yeah.
it's amazing. If anybody gets a chance, if Richard's in your neighborhood, go visit him.
Check. Yes,
Milo says,
definitely.
I hope
I
you'll
mean,
have some European panel contour in the near future. I'm sure it would be.
awesome.
That would be a fun
Yeah.
time. I know Richard is coming to, somewhere in England. I want to say Middlesex, maybe not. That's the only town I can think of with the middle in it. But he's coming to, or Manchester. Maybe it's Manchester. It's an M city, but he's coming there. I want to say in October. I believe he and Jeff Kramer are going to be there.
Oh, Jeff.
So hopefully, you know, this reappearance of this of COVID will not stop us people from being able to travel over to England, or people from England being able to travel over here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The I don't know if Jay has a picture of it or not, but I had when John and I got married, we met up with Donna and a certain person. Anyway, I had I'm not going to say names. Anyway, and I was given a replica of the shot glass tooth as a wedding gift, and it was made from the molds of where they made Bruce's teeth. You know, so it's the shot glass tooth, obviously. There's some good pictures coming up right there. So
I think the shark glass tooth is in that picture, or
is it in this?
in that montage.
In the montage, okay. So I asked for him to sign it, and I told him it came from the mold and everything. And I said, you know, it is my prized possession. I'm going to pass it down eventually to my nephews. But he says, you know, you got a rare item. Okay. And how do you know? He goes, if you are in your marine studies, you should know that when the shark came up and bit into Gardner's boat, it would not be stuck in there like that.
Right.
It would have been
There it is.
in reverse. And all these years, I looked at him. I said, I had no idea. Had no idea that he goes, yeah, that's a film flub. Because if you really would have thought of it, the shark tooth would have been pointed up instead of the other way around.
Right.
And he goes, you picked out a good item to have signed. And I said, well, thank you very much. And so to me, that's like you finding out that when he points to his chest, he's saying he's got a hairy chest, he's got a sweater.
Yeah.
I never knew it.
I
never knew it at all. Never knew it.
You're wearing a sweater. I never knew that.
Wearing a sweater. He's talking about his hairy chest.
Yeah.
Man. So look at these pictures. These must have been from Eric then. Is that who that is, Eric?
Eric Augustine.
Yeah, there he is. That was an awesome table right there. I need to get one of those. I need a new coffee mug, Jay. Exactly. I need one of those. So that's the outside of the expo. There it is.
It's a good looking book.
That is a great looking book. It's a great looking book. It was a great looking afternoon that day. We had a lot of fun. Do it again. You know, I will definitely go again.
Yeah, that's Eric's. That was Eric's fish finder.
That's awesome. Looks like he's proposing to Dreyfuss. I love it. This thing right here. Did you get a chance to see this boat?
The orca, yeah.
The inside of it, though.
Yeah, very, very detailed.
I was talking to the I can't remember what his name what his name is. But I asked him, I said, the only thing that's missing in there is a baseball bat. And he says, no, shine your iPhone light in there. And I'll be damned if there wasn't a baseball bat next to the out on the orca. And I'm like, okay, never mind. You just proved my butt wrong. So it was so detailed. And he has a thing of Bruce eating Quint, and there were people who had signed it. And what it was, Wendy Benchley had signed it, Joe had signed it, I think Susan had signed it, Chrissy. And he says, now all I need is Richard to sign it. And I got a picture of him with it being, Victor, why are you so mad? Why is he saying he's so pissed? Don't be mad. No, I did not find Ellen's coffee mug. I do right here. This is Black Dog on it. So there you go. So Jay, are you able to get on, honey? I know. Jay, you're being very, very well missed right now, darling. He's mad because he wasn't there. Oh, honey.
There's always next year.
Next year.
Always
meet
next
up.
year.
Well, he saw it in the window.
Fins up, everybody.
Fins up. I guess that's our cue.
There it is. That's like the
there it is.
Director going,
cut it out now, Jane. Shut up.
No, right. Jane, well, thank you so much. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. Yeah, everybody that's been, I do want to say this. So everybody who has been sending me messages, it's been a long haul. I have still a few more days in quarantine. Nobody really knows, I was tested positive for COVID, but I'm going to beat it. It's like I told somebody the other day, you can't put me down with 3 barrels. I'm going to keep going, babe. Okay.
Perfect. So, thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, week. Jay. We missed you, honey.
Missed you, Jay. Fins up, everybody. Fins up. Have a good week. Out. We will see you next week. And I don't have like a catchy keep reaching for the stars and like Casey Kasem. Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars.
For the stars. And just keep swimming towards shore. There you go.
There you go. That's
All right. There you go. All right, bud.
Good night,
Have
everybody.
a good night, everybody.
Any play out music? What's a good play out song?
Into barrio chords, we fell in love, but not in
Good night, guys. What's the picture, Jane? It's like Dan Rather. What's the frequency, Kenneth? Very welcome. Very welcome. Night, Victor. Thanks as always for joining us. See you next year on Jaws 3 people. You can heckle them. You can heckle them in person. Hey, Bess Armstrong, you suck. Boo. Don't heckle Dennis Quaid, though.